Morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, we are talking about yesterday. So, when you have a small amount of data, the data can be stored in Excel sheets. When you have, a little more amount of data, you can store the data in the RDBMS or SQL softwares. And if you have more and more data, you can go in for data warehousing plus BI tools. And if you have unlimited data, where can you store the data? If you have a large amount of petabyte of data, zettabyte of data, the IT companies are going to store the data into Hadoop software. Clear? Hadoop, where the many people are going to be using, and it is very, very popular. It is also called as a big data. When you have a large amount of data, normal computers cannot handle that. For example, Facebook data, Twitter data, business data, lot of data in the world where you will not be able to store them in the normal computers. You have to have the data in the Hadoop. Clear? So where you store the data, where you can process the data, right? So a lot of things we discussed yesterday. Right now, today, let us talk about other BA tools, right? So other BA tools with MSBA and Power BI. What is a data warehousing concepts? We'll also discuss about OLTP versus OLAP. And MSBA started in 2005. MSBA is not a single software, which is three softwares together: SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS. Power BI is introduced recently in 2015 by Microsoft. So we'll understand all of them. What is BI? What is Power BI? What is MSBI? What is OLTP? What is OLAP? Everything we're going to understand today. Now, as I told you yesterday, what is a reporting? Reporting means rendering the business data in the structured format like tables లో చూపించడం. Data అని ఎట్లాగా tables లోకి చూపించడాన్ని show the data in the table format is called as a reporting. Same data I wanted to represent like this. This is what is called graphical representation of the business data using charts, graphs, maps. This is what is called as a visualization. I wanted to visualize the data. Nobody wanted to see the data like this. Everybody loved to see lot of graphs and lot of maps, right? So Power BI has more than 200 visualizations to show the data in the graphical manner. ఇలాగా గ్రాఫిక్ లో పెట్టి డేటా మీకు చూపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ వెరీ ఈజీ ఫర్ ఎనీ ఎండ్ యూజర్ టు రీడ్ ద రిపోర్ట్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. లెట్ us అండర్స్టాండ్. So all these things, as we discussed, what is business intelligence or data analytics means reporting the past data. Reporting the past is business intelligence or data analytics. Predicting the future is called as a machine learning or artificial intelligence. What is a BI? What is a AI? BI means business intelligence. AI means artificial intelligence. Clear? It is also called as a machine learning. Data analytics or data science. Data analytics and business intelligence. Clear? So data ani విశ్లేషించటం. So understanding the past data is called as a business intelligence or data analytics. తెలుగులో డేటా అని డేటా విశ్లేషణ చేయటం. That is what is called data analytics. Business intelligence means predicting the future data is called as a machine learning, and you need to use machine learning algorithms. Data science is very very complicated. You have to know good mathematics and good statistics. You have to have R&D skills. You are not a software engineer when you learn ML or AI. Artificial intelligence, machine learning guy is not a software engineer. He's a scientist. You need to have research skills. If you don't have research skills, don't jump into data science. Sir, I got an ad. One guy is telling me data science is very very hot, so he asked me to learn data science. So he is promoting his business. Is it useful to you? It is not useful to you. So many companies will say data science is very very hot. So if it is hot because they wanted to promote their course, it is not that you will get a job very very easily in the data science. Don't go into data science directly. If you're very good in mathematics, if you're very good in right statistics and other stuff and research skills, then you directly jump into good institutions and learn data science. Data science is not a 3 months course, I'm telling you, which is a almost a 2 years course in ISB and all institutions where they're charging more than 16 to 20 lakhs for the entire course. Clear? Bits Pilani, all these guys. If you wanted to jump into data science, I strongly recommend you go to business intelligence and work for a company at least 3 to 5 years. And if you're interested, the company will sponsor. The company will sponsor so that you can get the fees and everything will get reimbursed by your company. You can join in Bits Pilani or ISB so that you can go into this kind of a companies, this kind of a institutions. But don't put your money, don't waste your money now because it is a very, very big subject. Even though I have 20 years of experience, we have a fear to go into data science because so much to learn, so much to practice. If you're very, very good in mathematics, you're very, very good in stats, especially statistics. So then only you can jump into machine learning. You have to learn Python as a small language. So using a Python, you need to implement machine learning, artificial intelligence, and NLP, deep learning, all these things one by one. Clear? So machine learning needs data, business intelligence needs data. What are the sources? So Excel, or maybe data warehousing tools, or maybe Hadoop software, or maybe RDBMS softwares where the data is available. Clear? So you should be able to take the data and you should be able to work with it. Now, the question is that, so when we're talking about BI tools, yesterday I had given lot of tools, right? SAP BI, and I told you, SAS BI. And many people tells me, sir, Tableau. Tableau is also one more BI software. Tableau BI, or people will say Tableau. Tableau or Tableau BI. Again, you have MS BI, you have Power BI. So thousands of tools are available in the market. Okay, thousands of tools are available in the market. Let us talk about, we have OBI. What is OBI? Oracle BI. Okay, so OBI, SAS BI, SAP BI. Let me talk about these tools, right? So to give a competition to these softwares, Microsoft released this software first. Clear? Microsoft released this software. So these are completely only one tool, not many tools. What is the tool? Purely reporting tool. Okay. So reporting tool, you can create a beautiful reports. If you wanted to create a chart, I can create a chart in Excel. Excel is a reporting tool. Very, very easily, you can store the data, you can process the data, you can filter the data in the Excel sheet. And you can also create a beautiful visualizations in Excel. Excel is also number one reporting tool in this world. Clear? Like that OBI, OBI means Oracle BI, SAP BI, SAS BI, all of them are reporting tools, and license wise these are very, very costly. These are very, very costly and complex to learn. అర్థమవుతుందా? Lot of code you need to write, complex to learn, and much more coding and much more complex expressions you need to implement. Clear? So what Microsoft has done, they have released three tools at a time into the market. So this was a story in 2005. So what are the three tools they have? SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS. These three tools are called MSBI, Microsoft Intelligence. The first tool is called ETL tool. We'll discuss about what is ETL, don't worry. This is what is called analysis tool. This is what is called a reporting tool. So when you buy a phone, the phone can do a lot of other things today. But in olden days, phone means only to communicate. Today, when you buy a phone, it is a camera, it can do a lot of other things. It is a torchlight, it is a calendar, it can do many things. So just like a phone got a lot of features. MSBA is not a single reporting tool. It can also do a lot of other things. Clear? But these tools are completely reporting tool. And because of this is very, very costly, only one activity we can do. People stopped using OBI, SAP BI, SAS BI, and people are using this is a free software for many companies, freely available, or one third of the cost. So if you put 100 rupees here, if you put $100, it is going to cost you only $35. That is very, very cheap or very, very inexpensive or many times Microsoft giving for free. So that is what is the good thing. Then it is very easy to understand. So anybody can learn this tool very easily. If you learn this tool, you are learning at a time 3 software courses. You are not learning only one course. At a time, you are learning 3 courses, but here only one reporting tool. That means a developer can work on the ETL analysis and reporting, but here only reporting. So easy to understand. Drag and drop software, no coding. Okay, drag and drop software, no coding. Because of the reason many people are started learning this, then easily they got a job. People from BA background, BCom background, BSc background, pharmacy background, lot of background people slowly jumped into IT industry by learning MSBA olden days. Clear? So no coding, it has become a hot skill even today also, which is a hot skill, guys. Clear? Even today hot skill. But in between, in 2010, what 2010 in the market, there is one more reporting software got released. Okay, one more reporting software got released. It became so popular. It is what is called Tableau BI. Okay, so Tableau BI purely reporting, it cannot perform all the ETL analysis. Nothing can be done, but which very easy, deadly, you can say deadly combinations with the data and the reporting. Very easy. Many people stopped using all other softwares. Many companies are slowly migrating to Tableau. Even Microsoft lost lots of its business because of Tableau. It released in 2010, and immediately what Microsoft has done, I need to give a competition to Tableau BA software. In year 2015, immediately these people have released what is called as a Power BI. Clear? So when they released Power BI, now slowly Power BI occupied 80 to 90% or 60 to 70% of the complete space in the world, and Tableau has become second largest software in the company where people are using. Now Power BI is given a good competition to the Tableau. Tableau is from third party and it is from Microsoft. So Power BI is a purely reporting software. That means what? Instead of SSRS, so SSRS is a reporting software, right? You don't learn SSRS, you use Power BI. So remaining things are needed. SSIS is needed, SSAS is needed instead of SSRS. So people are started using Power BI. So when you join the company, they will ask you SSIS and SSAS, and instead of SSRS, they'll ask you Power BI. Plus, what is that you should know? You have to know compulsorily SQL Server. Without a SQL Server, these are not going to work. Let me talk about SQL Server history. Clear? So Power BI is a reporting software. It is advanced version of SSRS. Clear? So instead of a SSRS, you can go in for a Power BI. Power BI is simply one more Excel only. Remember this. One more Excel is called as a Power BI. So anybody can learn Power BI, but SSRS is a bit complex. Okay, SSRS is a bit complex. You have to know some more technical things to to work with SSRS. So Power BI is not like that. So if you wanted to work with MSBI or Power BI, you have to know SQL Server. I told you, right? Let us understand SQL Server history when this is started. SQL Server is a Microsoft tool, Microsoft MS tool software. The first version is started. SQL Server 1.0 is started when? In 1989, which is a completely RDBMS software. What is RDBMS? You will be able to learn in your SQL Server. Clear? So relational database management system software. So it can store the data, which can retrieve the data. So SQL RDBMS means which is a tank or a bank. Clear? If you wanted to store the blood, where will you store? Blood bank. If you wanted to store, let us say, a water. Where will you store the water? In the tanks, right? If I wanted to store a gold banks. If I wanted to store large amount of data, if you wanted to store, you need to have a data banks. Clear? So data bank is called as a database. Base అంటే bank. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So database means you can store a large amount of data. Remember that point. So if you wanted to store the water, what will you do? You have to use a tank. What will you do in the tank? You put the water, you get the water. So where is the business data today? The business data, Amazon.com, Walmart.com, Yatra.com, IRCTC.com, all the business data has to be there in the RDBMS only. There is no other software. Remember this. So maximum data of the business, any business you take, the data will be available in the databases. So database means a data bank. Data bank and అర్థం ఏంటి? It is a big storage where the computers are going to be storing a large amount of data. So in the RDBMS, one of the RDBMS is SQL Server. Clear? Like that, we have a lot of godowns are available. We have Oracle, we have SQL Server, we have MySQL, we have Teradata. You have a lot of banks, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, HDFC Bank. Wherever you go, you deposit the cash, you get the cash. You can use SQL Server, deposit the data, get the data. Only two things you can do in the banking, any banking. You go to the blood bank, what you do? You put the blood, get the blood, right? So banking means storage, device. Banking means what, Nana? Storage device. So you have Apollo Blood Bank, you have a Care Hospital blood bank, you have a Serenjeevi blood bank. Different institutions have different names, but end of the day, they are going to be storing the blood. You have Oracle, you have SQL Server, you have a MySQL, you have a Teradata, you have a DB2. What is the difference? Difference is a brand name. Difference in the brand name only. Chiranjeevi Blood Bank, what they do? They store the blood. If you need the blood, they'll give you. You go to Apollo Hospital Blood Bank, what they do? They store the blood. So SQL Server, Oracle, all of them are from different brands. End of the day, you get the same kind of a service. What is RDBMS means? It is a relational database management system. You will understand what is relationships and everything in the SQL Server classes. You watch without skipping all the videos. Clear? So RDBMS means you need to think as a bank or the tank. అర్థమవుతుంది? ఒక ట్యాంక్ లాగా ఊహించుకోండి. ఆ ట్యాంక్ కంపెనీ పేరు సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ అనుకోండి మీరు. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So where you store large amount of data, why are you storing the data tomorrow? I wanted to use the old data. So SQL Server is released in 1.0. Then later we got a 3.0 version. Then 5.0, 7.0. Then SQL Server 2000 got released in year 2000. Purely RDBMS software. RDBMS అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? స్టోరింగ్ ద డేటా, రిట్రీవింగ్ ద డేటా. డేటాను పెట్టుకోవడం, డేటా తీసుకోవడం. సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ని మీరు ఏమనుకోవచ్చు? ఒక ట్యాంక్ గా ఊహించుకోండి, ఒక స్టోర్ రూమ్ గా అనుకోండి, ఒక గోడౌన్ గా ఊహించుకోండి. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో RDBMS is where you are going to be storing large amount of data. So the later Microsoft released one more edition. The edition number is called SQL Server 2005, after 5 years. Okay. So this is released in which year? 2005 year. So in that, it is already RDBMS software. It is already what software? RDBMS software. In this, it is added MSBI. Remember this. In this only, 3 more softwares got added. So what are they? SSIS, right? And SSRS and SSAS. These 3 softwares got added in this only. Remember this. So it released in 2005. It is RDBMS software and MSBI. BI means analytics software, right? SS stands for what? SQL Server. Remember, SQL Server integration services, SQL Server reporting services, SQL Server analysis services. So SQL Server software is today not only storing data, retrieving data, but also you are going to be performing, analysis of the data. You can do lot of business intelligence and arithmetic data analytics can be done with the help of SSIS and SSRS and SSAS. So MSBA started along with SQL Server only. The later lot of editions got released 2008. Tarvata, the next release 2008 R2 release 2. This is released in 2010. Tarvata, you got next version 2012. The next version is 2014. The next you got a 2016. Next you got a 2017. The next version, the latest version we got a 2019. So this is a software that you have to install. When you have to install, when you install SQL Server 2019, you will be able to get this. Plus these three also will be loaded in your computer. But what is the Windows requirement that you need to have? Windows 10 or 11 is important. Or if you have later, we don't have a later, so Windows 10 or later. Okay, compulsory. Sir, I have a Windows 7, can I use it? No, 8, 9 will not work. Windows 10. So minimum 2 GB of RAM. You can have a laptop or a personal computer. Any processor can work. No problem of the processor. And minimum 100 GB space in the hard disk. అంతుంటే సరిపోతుంది. But today you will have 1 terabyte 500 GB hard disk. So this is the minimum requirement for the this one Windows 10 or later you need to have it. If you have Windows 7, it is not going to work. So what software you're going to be installing? So this software you have to install, the version is 2019. So we will provide this. We will provide the link. So Monday you get the laptop and everything ready. By installing Windows 10, I will be able to give you this software. We'll provide the software and we will give you a video also how to install this software. Clear? So you have to follow the video and install it, which will take a minimum of 1 hour. Clear? Minimum of 1 hour to install it. Then later on Monday's class, I will also show you how to install Power BI. Clear? So install Power BI. So this you can download from the Google, okay, and which will take maximum of 3 minutes to install it. Okay, it will not take much more time. So you need to connect. So or you need to get ready with your laptop. With your laptop should have Windows 10 or later. So SQL Server 2019 you need to install, and Power BI also we can install. Without this you can install this. Later you can try installing this. Clear? We will give you the software on Monday class. So Monday you better come with your laptop so that you can install Power BI and everything in your laptops. So if you get any kind of an issues, I can see it, right? So even though you don't have SQL Server installed, you can install this first. Then later you should be able to install it. Clear? So how to install and everything. So on Monday's class, I will be able to talk to you on this. So you need to get ready. If you're not able to get it by Monday, at least take 3 to 4 days of time. So you get the computer. Without computer, you cannot work with Power BI or MSB. You cannot become a software engineer. Okay, you can only attend the classes. Nothing is going to happen. You need to buy a laptop. If you wanted to buy a laptop, I am using a Lenovo. Lenovo is good. You can i3 or i5, anything is fine. Third generation, 10th generation, anything is fine. So you can have 250 hard disk is enough. But if you have more than that, that is also fine. You can buy. And either laptop will cost you minimum 35K minimum. But if you go in for a personal computer, the same configuration you will get it for 15K, right? So you need to have internet connectivity. So that's it. So go in for laptop. If you don't have a budget, go a desktop. It'll comes with minimum 15K. So because we have ordered many desktop recently for our office purpose, I know. So you can install very, very easily. If you don't have this much of price, at least go in for this. It is compulsory, right? You will be able to get i3 with 1 terabyte of hard disk and minimum 4 GB RAM. You can get it with monitor and everything. Clear, guys? So you can plan. So this is what is a SQL Server. What version you need to install? SQL Server 2019 only, right? How to install? I'll show you on Monday. and how to install Power BI also we can discuss. Clear? So this is the story about MSBI. MSBI is released here. So MSBI is a software. Today, people are going to be using SQL Server to store the data, and MSBI, SSIS and SSRS and SSAS. Instead of SSRS, companies are using what? Power BI. So when you join the company, they'll ask you, do you know SQL Server very well? Do you know SSIS very well? Do you know SSAS very well? Do you know Power BI very well? Yes, all these things are going to be covering. So SQL Server videos you are going to buy without fail. Okay, so you are going to be joining BI. Power BI will come with DAX, with data warehousing will get covered, with SSAS. Okay, tabular model cube is also going to cover. So we are talking about SSR, SSAS, right? So this is also is going to be getting covered. So you have Power BI and you have SSAS also getting covered, and data warehousing also will get covered. So when you make the payment for Power BI, all these things will come. Clear? So you need to make the payment for this one as well, this one as well. So these two courses we are going to be completing in December and January. Don't concentrate on anything else. Okay. So only this you need to make the payment for only these two things now. SQL Server buy videos and Power BI. When you make the payment, all these things are free. DAX will get, data warehousing you will get, SSAS tabular model. So this is also will get covered. What is not covered? Only this one. For that, I'm going to be starting in the month of February. So you should be able to make the payment that time only, not now. So don't worry about this. So SSIS we are going to be learning. So you are learning SSIS, you are learning SSAS, you are learning Power BI. Only you are not learning is SSRS. Instead of SSRS, you're going to be learning what? Power BI. Clear? So indirectly, you are learning MSBI only. But only thing is that along with the MSBI, you are learning what? SSIS separately, and SSAS is included here, and which is a tabular model cube. Many people will come, sir, tabular and a tableau. Both of them are, same or different. The spelling is also different. It is also different. Tableau is something different. Tabular model is something different. This is a cube, which is a reporting. Clear? So what is a cube? You will understand later. What is the reporting? You will understand later. So both of them are not same. It is something different. Clear? Tableau BA is a competitor to Power BI. You need not learn any coding. You need not know anything to start with Power BI. But why are we learning SQL Server? To crack your interview. Because in interview, 60% of the interview questions are going to come from here, and only 40% are going to come from here. Clear, guys? So you need to concentrate only on this, and later in February we will be doing. Then later we'll go in for CV preparation, and one project also is included, that is called Amazon project, right? Amazon project is included. So in this module, so you will be able to get, this is a mini project, not exclusively a bigger project, a mini project which is included in this course. Clear? And all of them you are going to be doing it. Clear? Let us understand what is SSIS, what is SSRS or Power BI, what is SSAS. I'll take some 10 minutes of time. I will explain this, and I will also talk about Power BI. Power BI is released when? In 2005. Clear? Power BI is released when? 2015. Microsoft released Power BI. It is a 6 years old tool which is going to rock another 10-15 years. Clear? And it is, it is released in 2005. It is still rocking into the industry. You will have much more job opportunities when you compare the Java guys and .NET guys salaries with the BI salaries. We are going to get more salaries when you compare, right? Many Java guys, .NET guys are working in the IT industry for 10 years. They're jumping into the BI technology side. Why? Because so much of the coding they need to do in Java, .NET, it is a drag and drop software. So why many non Java industry today quite to work with the drag and drop softwares. So nobody is going to implement Java, .NET. All of them are where you need to have hardcore development. It will take a lot of time to develop application. Lot of IT companies are not willing to wait for 2 years or 3 years. They will buy a software, a tool. A normal guy can automate everything with the help of a that software. So earlier days, if you wanted to create a report, you have to use Java or .NET. Today we have a BA software. Java takes 1 year to do a reporting software, but if you go in for a BI, you can do within 1 day. So that is the thing. So nobody is going to be using languages today. IT companies are also having a lot of tools today. Tools where you need not write the code, tools where you drag and drop something. Because of that nature, many non-IT people are slowly coming into the IT industry. 20 years back, when I started my career, only BTech guys are there, right? But not, other guys, they cannot learn C language, C++, Java, .NET, very, very complex. But today, many non-IT people are jumping. How come they are able to jump? Because IT industry leaving languages, and IT industry itself is introducing lot of, tools where anybody can easily understand the tools. Anybody can work with the IT company. That is the reason you people, MBA guys, MCOM guys, BSc guys, pharma guys, can come into IT industry. So there is a big change in the IT industry itself, right? Many companies also, they don't want to use Java, .NET, C++ for their applications. They say, I need a tool. If you have a tool, I will buy the tool, I will implement the tool, so that the tool can give me a lot of other opportunities, right? So tool is very, very cheap, inexpensive, so they can implement. Non-IT people like you can come to the IT industry, work with those tools, then you can automate a lot of other things, right? So that is the reason. Let us talk about what is SSIS, what is SSIS, what is SSRS in brief. Now, let us talk about MSB, and we'll also will again compare with Power BI where exactly we are going to be using. Now, you get a project. For example, you go to the company. For example, Amazon company came to you. Okay, Amazon company came to you. Amazon company told you, hey Bhaskar, you analyze my data. I have my data. Amazon company is coming and telling me, hey Bhaskar, you know MSBA, Power BI very well. I'll give you my data. You tell me some insights about my data. Tell me in which month the sales is more, which month the sales is less, which brands are selling more, which brands are not selling more. Last Diwali, how the sales is in India. Last Diwali, Apple iPhone sales versus previous Diwali Apple iPhone sales. Can you give me this kind of insights? Okay, insights. That is what the Amazon company wanted to know. Amazon company is not a IT company, it is a retail company. Like that, we have a State Bank of India, we have a ICICI Bank, right? We have a Walmart. Lot of companies are going to be having the data, but they don't understand how the sales is happening, right? So they are going to be giving you the data. They're giving you their data. Hey Bhaskar, you know MSBI, Power BI, right? So you tell me some insights. What is going on in my business? The first question I ask, sir, where is the data? When I say where is the data, Amazon company is telling me they have their data. They have their data not only in India, they have data in India, they have data in US, they have the data in UK, they have data in Dubai. Why? Everywhere Amazon started their business. Clear? So they have data in Dubai, India, everywhere they have servers and everything. All the data is not centralized, all the data is decentralized. So the problem, lot of challenges and issues and matter. What are the challenges and what are the issues in the data? So that is what you got to understand. Clear? 1 minute, guys. Amazon company wanted to analyze their data, whether it is a data analytics or data science, forget about it. They have some data. The problem is Amazon company is not keeping the data in a single place. All the data is decentralized. First issue. The second issue, Amazon company is using a lot of applications. Environment means I'm talking about a lot of varieties of applications. They have India data is available in SAP server. US data is available in .NET server. UK data is available in Java server. Dubai data, all data is available in Android server. Clear? Some data is available in Excel sheets. Some data is available in XML. Some data is available in Salesforce. Like that, they have different applications where the data they have. Clear? I'm talking about only one company. This company is implementing a lot of applications where they're capturing a lot of data, and all the data belong to Amazon company. The data is not available in a single place. Clear? So this is the challenges of the data for a given company. అర్థమవుతుందా? డేటా ఒక ప్లేస్ లో లేదు, డేటా అంతా ఒక అప్లికేషన్ లో లేదు. ఇదంతా కూడా సింగిల్ కంపెనీ అయినప్పటికీ the data is available in different locations and different environments. And when you talk about the size of the data, in some places India where the sales is more, they have a large data in terabytes or petabytes of data, and US also they have petabytes of data. Europe and where they may have medium size of the data, and Dubai and Middle East countries, or African countries where the sales is not very good, and they have a very small amount of data. Some places the data coming in petabytes, zettabytes. Some places the data coming in terabytes. Some places in gigabytes. Some places in the megabytes. Clear? So the data is available in different sizes. Now, in some places, the data accuracy and అర్థం ఏంటి? Correctness, cleaning. Data, you will get high accuracy data, very cleaned data. Sometimes medium cleaned data. Sometimes the data is completely having bad data. Lot of issues with the data. For example, I have employee ID. Let me take some employee data, employee ID, employee name, employee salary. So this is the data I'm having. Employee ID Ram and salary is 1,000. Okay, employee ID 2 John, the salary is 2,000. Employee ID 3, I have Salman is 3,000. It is a cleaned data, very cleaned data, right? I have a lot of data like gender column. I have it. I have a date of birth column. I have it. Lot of columns are available. So gender column, I have a male data. So gender column, I have a K. Now it is right data. The data itself is a wrong data, right? So you should have male and female. So I should have again, it is a male data. So date of birth. So you should have a complete format, DD, MM, YYY format. So this is completely fine. But somewhere you are going to be seeing this kind of a data 2020. Do you have this kind of a dates? What kind of a data it is? It is a completely wrong data. Clear, it is completely bad data. Or you have data, like this. Or same data is duplicated also. You have one more copy of duplicate data. Do you think that it is very clean data? No. Or you supposed to have 1,000 here, but what is happening? M here, 1,000 is here. See now what is going to be happening? The data is not very cleaned here. So you supposed to have salary, but salary place you have M, and where the gender you have 1,000. So lot of things can go wrong because the data may not be in the proper applications. The data may be in Excel sheet, or the data may be in notepads. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So the data may not be very cleaned data. Sometimes you may be getting a medium, high quality data. Means at least 10% of the data is bad, but 90% of the data is very cleaned. Clear? Sometimes you have a 40% of the data is not so cleaned data. 60% of the data is the cleaned data. If you don't have the cleaned data, what will happen? So if you think badly, you give the bad output, right? If you think properly, you will get a proper output. When you dump wrong data into the business intelligence applications, you will get a lot of wrong decisions. అర్థమవుతుందా? Because data itself is a source element. What is a source for our business intelligence? Data itself is a source, but the data is not so clean. when the data is not so cleaned, you have to make it to clean. If the data is not so cleaned, you have to make it to clean. Like that, you have a lot of issues with the data. You have a lot of issues. One is the location, one is the next one is the environment, the size, accuracy. Lot of things are available here. So whatever be the data that has been given, large in size, a different format, in different countries, whatever be the thing, what you need to do, you have to get the data. So we are going to be using and getting the data from different environments. Clear? I have SAP, okay, in India. So I have Java or a .NET in US. I have Excel sheets, maybe in Dubai, like that. You have a lot of sources, and all the data you have to get from here. You have to get from here. You have to get from here. We have to centralize the data. We have to centralize the data. For the centralizing purpose, we are going to be integrating. We are going to be combining. Combining purpose, we are going to use a software called SSIS. Clear? So what is SSIS? SQL Server Integration Services, which is a ETL software. అర్థమవుతుందా? ETL means what? It is going to be extracting the data, transforming the data, and loading the data. So that is what is called ETL. So ETL tools are SSIS. It is from Microsoft, right? In Informatica is also ETL software from one more company. Data Stage, it is also from one more ETL software from IBM company. Ebenishio, అర్థమవుతుందా? మనం ఒక్కరమే కాదు, చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు. సో ఎబినిషియో, సో టాలెంట్, right? Pentaho, all these softwares are called ETL softwares, but Microsoft is having SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services, extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. It will get the data from here, get the data from here, get the data from here. Integration అంటే combining, కలపటం, merging చేయటం. అర్థమవుతుందా? Integration, SSIS means, what is the abbreviation? SSIS means it is SQL Server Integration Services. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? సో విచ్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కంబైనింగ్ ద డేటా. ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేయడం అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? కంబైనింగ్ ఆర్ మర్జింగ్, కలపటం, అంతా డేటాని కలిపేయటం, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేయటం. సో డీసెంట్రలైజ్డ్ డేటా విల్ గెట్ కంబైన్డ్ అండ్ ఆల్ ద డేటా ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి లోడెడ్ ఇన్ టు వన్ సర్వర్. అర్థమవుతుంది? ఆల్ ద డేటా ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి లోడెడ్ ఇన్ టు వన్ సర్వర్. ది సర్వర్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ స్టేజింగ్ సర్వర్. స్టేజింగ్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? స్టేజింగ్ అంటే టెంపరరీ సర్వర్. ఓకే, ఆల్ ద డేటా యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి గెటింగ్, you are going to be putting into one server. These staging servers are especially RDBMS servers only. RDBMS అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? SQL servers or Oracle server. Any SQL or RDBMS, Oracle, Teradata, I told you, right? So all the data from Java, .NET, Excel, whatever you have all the data belong to a Amazon company. Clear? So these are the sources. Daily data is going to come here. So all the data from here we are going to be exporting. So SSIS is a ETL softwares are nothing but data importing and exporting softwares. It will take the data from here, which is going to be putting the data into one more place. Ante SSIS అంటే అర్థం ఏంటన్నా? Data importing, exporting softwares. Simply SSIS is called as a motor pump. Clear? Do you know what is a motor pump, or you don't know? So if you don't know motor pump, I'll show you motor pump, right? So when you go to amazon.com, so many times we are going to be fixing the motor pumps at home, right? What is motor pump can do? What motor pump can do? You tell me. Motor pump can take the water from one place and it is going to be putting, this is a motor pump I am using. So what motor pump can do? So which is going to be connecting to my source. This is a water source. So it is going to be taking the water and putting all the water into my tank. So this is what is called a SSIS. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్? ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్ ఈజ్ వేర్ ఇట్ కెన్ గో టు I can give it to my bore. I can give it to a sea. I can give it to a my neighbor's bore well. So I can connect to one, or I can connect to multiple sources from where I should be able to get the water and dump all the water into one place. So this is what is called a staging. All the water will go here. Clear? So what is SSIS? SSIS is a motor pump. What is motor pump? Get the data from source and dump into a destination. You have a water in the well. So when you switch on the motor pump, what will happen? It is going to be getting the data, right? So you need to understand. So this is one company. It is a Crompton. It is a Havels. It is Kirloskar. It is this one. So this is SSIS. This is a data stage. This is a Pentaho, right? This is Informatica. So you can use any motor pump, whatever the brand you would like to buy it, you can buy it. Depends upon the price, depends upon the brand and popularity you are going to be using. So we are going to be using our own motor pump. That is what is called SSIS. What is SSIS? It is a data importing exporting software. What application it is? It is data importing exporting software. You give the sources, you give the data here, it is going to be putting the data. That is what you need to understand. It's very, very simple. What is SSIS? Clear? It is going to be used as a importing exporting software. Where the data comes to one more tank or one more drum. Clear? Where in this drum we do the data cleansing. Ardhamavutunda? What we do? We do the data cleansing. Lot of steps we put. We put the remove duplicates. If you have a dupes data, remove it. You have a correct. If you have a misspelled data, spelling తప్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఏం చేయాలి? కరెక్ట్ చేయాలి. So you need to correct the misspelled data, right? Sometimes you have to remove the complete row. Okay, sometimes you have to remove the data, sometimes you have to convert the data, or you have to merge the data, you have to split the data. Whatever you wanted to do, you should be able to do. You clean the data. Clear? You get the data, you do the data cleansing. For example, you have lot of water here, all the water is going to get, for example, you have 1,000 liters of water, all the water is going to come here. Okay, so all the water is available here. So after that, what you do? You clean, you do the reverse osmosis, you do the cleaning, you put the chlorination, you boil the water. The cleaned water again, from here we have to put one more motor pump, right? So this is a tank, you can think. So where the cleaning is going to be happening of your water. Clear? So water is coming from where? Some water coming from Godavari, some water is coming from Krishna, some water is coming from Penna, like that. Different water sources are available. So we are, the government of Telangana, government of India implementing lot of motor pumps, right? So all the data will get extracted. Lot of reservoirs are where initial data will come. It is not cleaned data, not cleaned water. All the water will go to the reservoir number 1. It will get cleaned. The cleaned data will go via, from here you are going to be using some more motor pumps. So again ETL is going to come. Again you're going to be using lot of motor pumps. The final cleaned water is going to go to the bigger reservoir or final reservoir. So the final tank is called as this is the final tank, final reservoir. All the cleaned water, ready to drink water. This is not ready to drink water because it is coming from completely from sea or from the different oceans, or maybe coming from different rivers. So we are getting the water from here and putting into one big reservoir where we are doing all the reverse osmosis cleaning and everything. The cleaned water you will be able to get put into a data warehouse. So data warehouse means it is a completely cleaned data. It is going to be stored, so which is also one more RDBMS only. Remember, okay, this is also a tank, this is also a tank. Both of them are made up of plastic. This is also RDBMS, this is also RDBMS. But what is it? It is going to be storing a cleaned water. So the mud water and everything. So you put 1,000 liters of water, the cleaned water maybe 900, liters is gone. Remaining data is bad water. Bad data is going to go away. Clear? So like that, data warehouse is also one more tank or one more drum where you're going to be putting the data. Now all the data is going to be stored. Clear? So every day you're going to be getting the data and putting the data here. Okay. So I will give you simple example. So this is your computer. You wanted to buy a mobile phone in Amazon.com. You go to Amazon.com site. Okay. I wanted to buy something. For example, I would like to buy this motor. I buy something. So what will happen? So a data is going to be happening. For example, you're from India. So you are going to be connected. So this is a server. One row will get added. So whenever you buy something using a mobile phone or using a mobile phone means Android, Amazon software, right? This website may be Java or .NET website, I don't know. Clear? But I wanted to purchase something. So whenever I'm purchasing something, some data is going to go here. Like that, many people are going to be buying daily, right? So lot of data is going to go. So end of the day, after 1 month or after 1 day, what will happen? This server will be full. One day this server is full. Why? Because everybody is buying and buying. Like India server is full. The same thing is going to be happening in US also. This server also full. Maybe after 1 month, after 2 months, after 3 months, people are buying. So you are connected to one server. Clear? You are connected to something that you don't know. This server is full one day. Clear? But if the server is full, what will they do? So they have to empty it, right? Otherwise, this application will not work. They not keep on increasing the hardware. When they keep on increasing the hardware, one day that will also be full, right? So what we can do, every time people are buying and buying, so all the data comes here. So once in a month or once in a week, what normally these people will do, they switch on this motor. All the water, all the data from here, it is going to come. Clear? It is going to come. Then they clean the data here. The cleaned data using this, it is going to go to a bigger drum. Remember that. So it is a very, very big, large reservoir. All the data is going to come and it is going to be going here. So what normally we do after that, these buckets are empty. So this bucket is empty. This bucket is empty. This bucket is empty. Again, people are started buying. After some time, you will get one more bucket. Clear? You have one more bucket. You will have some more water. So like that, data warehousing is going to be having every month data, and every month you're going to be bringing the data like this. Now I'll give you a simple example. You understand you don't have any water supply to your home. Morning 6 o'clock, the water comes in the street, right? So government of India arranged a water taps in the street. So morning 6 o'clock, water comes. So what you do? You get up at morning 6 o'clock, you mother, your brother, everybody has to go to the street and collect the water. You assume there is a tap number one. You take one bucket. This is the bucket. You take the bucket, you go, this bucket is full. When this bucket is full, what you do? You have a drum in the home. You come and you put the water, and the empty bucket again you need to get it. Like that, your mother also go and she will also put one more bucket. She is also getting some more water, and this water is going to go here to the drum. Like that, your brother is also going and collecting the water. So everybody is collecting the water. So these are called sources where the data is collected, right? Will you take the drum and go, or will you take the bucket and go? You are going to be taking a bucket and go. Why bucket? Bucket is easy to carry, not the drum, right? So drum is your data warehouse. Warehouse means a go down. Think like that. So you are collecting daily like this. But one day your friend told, why are you lifting? Why are you giving a pain to your mother? Can't you buy a motor pump? The motor pump is this. Okay. When you switch on the motor, these buckets are full within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Immediately you switch on the motor. When you switch on the motor, within 1 minute the water is going to your drum. You are very very happy. Your mother need not come. So you have replaced your mother, brother, your work into a motor. So but one day the data is not so cleaned water. The water is not so clean. What will you do? You are going to be buying one more drum or the tank. The tank is this tank. Okay. You directly don't put your water here. You are going to be putting the water into the drum. You do the cleaning. You boil the water. You clean the water. You put the chlorination. You put a lot of filters. You are cleaning the water. So staging means temporary. అర్థమవుతుందా? Staging means temporary. You clean the water. Cleaning water you need to put into this tank. What will you do? You buy one more motor. So from this tank the cleaned data, cleaned water will come. So every day water it is going to come here. The fresh water is going to be always collected in the buckets. Clear? These buckets are called as okay, these are called as OLTP servers. And this data warehousing is called as what? This is called as OLAP. There are two types of servers that you have to have. One is called OLTP, one is called OLAP. Clear? We'll talk about all these things many times in our demos and the classes. There are two types of servers in this world. One is called OLTP server. OLTP servers means where the source servers. Online ట్రాన్సాక్షనల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్. ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? లావాదేవీ. తెలుగులో ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అంటే లావాదేవీ. ట్రాన్సాక్షనల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ సర్వర్స్. సో whenever you buy a product, that is a transaction. Whenever you sell something, transaction. You go to the bank and deposit the cash. The name antam transaction. You go to the bank, transfer funds to my account. What is the transferring funds? Transaction. You cancel a movie ticket, transaction. You buy a movie ticket, what is it? Transaction. Transaction ante anything, whatever you do, it is a transaction. I am going to buy the land, transaction. I am going to go to a bank and apply for a loan. What is that? Transaction. I am paying loan amount. What is that? Transaction. Transaction ante lavadevi. అర్థమవుతుందా? So whenever you do any transaction in the company, all the data is going to come where? To the OLTP servers. I told you, right? Whenever you buy any mobile phone, the data is going to come to this. So this is where you have a fresh data. These are called your buckets. Bucket lo emuntundi? When you switch on the tap, the fresh water comes. But the bucket size is small. What is the size of the bucket? 30 liter. OLTP, it is going to be having a fresh data. Remember, OLTP and the fresh data. It is similar to buckets. Bucket lo em padutundi? Fresh. But the problem is the small size data we can store. Clear? What is the size of the data? Small size data only we can store in the servers. Probably gigabytes of data. You may store some 100 GB of data, 200 GB of data. Maximum the capacity of hard disk is 500, lesser than 1 terabyte. అర్థమవుతుందా? What is the capacity of your the bucket? 30 liter, maximum 40-50 liters. If the bucket is more, you cannot carry. Clear? So small size, much more time you will have read and write data operations. But 80% of the time you are going to be putting more and more writing only. You buy and buy products. You go to the bank, what do? You deposit the cash, you withdraw the cash, you transfer the funds. Every time it is going to be writing, updating your balance. Kada? కొన్నిసార్లు we read the data. What is my balance? కొన్నిసార్లు అంటే 20% of the time we read the data from the servers. 80% of the time these servers are busy by writing the data. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? OLTP servers are where the end users are going to be connected. For example, I am going to be going, this is going to be connected to one OLTP server. I don't know what is the server name. It may be Java server, .NET server, Android server, Rex server, Y server. I don't know, but I should know. Whenever I buy something, I am creating a fresh data. Wherever the fresh data is going to go there and sit, the server is called as a OLTP server. That may be Java, that may be SAP, that may be .NET Excel, doesn't matter. That is what is called OLTP. అంటే ఫ్రెష్ డేటా ఎందులో ఉంటుందో, ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అవుతుందో, that is what is called OLTP. OLTP means what? Online transaction processing. Fresh data ఉంటుంది, small size data. Maybe your bucket can store 30 liters of water, and when the 30 liters are over, what we do? We take all the data, all the old data is going to come to data warehousing. So it is historical data. So OLAP is called as a data warehousing servers. అర్థమవుతుందా? You take yesterday's water, this is water yesterday, right? So all the water is going to come to this, right? So today's water, tomorrow's water, daily water is going to come here. So today transaction, yesterday transaction, all the data is going to come where? Here historical data ఉంటుంది. Clear? Fresh data will be available here. You will have a large size data. Why large size data? Today 500 GB, tomorrow 500 GB, day after tomorrow 500 GB. It will become terabytes of data. Clear? Completely old data. Will you be modifying your old transactions? It is completely read only. You bought lot of iPhones, lot of products, and what will they do? All the data is going to be taken and they are going to be dumping into here. So data warehouse will have last 5 years of data, last 10 years of data. Your drum is going to be having last 1 month of water, but your bucket is going to be having today's water, fresh water, or yesterday's water. Kada bucket lo 3 to 4 days data, fresh data anukondi danni. So atla untundi, but last 10 days or last 1 month of water is available in the data warehousing. So data warehousing is called as a OLAP application, read only data. Remember this, okay? So you are going to be having fresh data ఇందులో ఉంటే పాత డేటా ఇందులో ఉంటుంది. So you have every day 30 liters of water or 100 liters of water. Every day's water is going to be collected into the drum. This is what is called large data, terabytes of data. You will store only 1 month data, 2 months data. For example, to fill this, it may take 3 months. To fill this, it may take 5 months. To fill this, it may take 1 year. So till that time, the data will be here. When it is full, we are going to be switching on this motor. The data is going to go here. So in between, we do the cleansing. Clear? If we have 100 GB of data, 100 GB as it is will go here. Remember that. Then out of 100 GB, 10 GB is bad data, 90 GB is clean data. Cleaned data will come here. అర్థమవుతుందా? So remaining 10 GB is useless. It is going to come out from this filter. అర్థమవుతుందా? The bad data will come out. The good data only is going to go. That is what you need to know. So these are very, very important points. So we'll have some more points. So end users are connected to this. End user means you and me, people who are buying the product. But who's going to be using this data? Business user. So what is the meaning of business user? If you are a manager in the Amazon company, you are going to be using this data. అర్థమవుతుందా? So all the managers of the Amazon.com, all officers of Amazon.com, all regional level or CEO, all CFO, all these guys are going to be analyzing the data. They don't see the today's sales. They are going to be always seeing what is the sales happened for last 5 Diwalis, last 5 Christmas, last 5 years of sales. Like that, they are centralizing the data from different countries. All the data is going to come and they are going to be analyzing. So the data warehouse is going to be storing the data. We are going to be processing the data. I will take 2 more minutes, guys. Sorry for the delay. So we are going to be storing, and after that we have to process అంటే doing some kind of an aggregation. అర్థమవుతుందా? For example, I have some data. I have a 10 and a 20. I need to know what is the total. Total is 30. Getting a 30 is what is called a processing. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? I have 10 and 20. What is the total? Total is a processing. Clear? So you have millions of data here, and this guy is called as a SSAS guy, is going to process the data. Remember, so SSAS, where you process the data, you have millions of data. Aggregation is not so simple. So where you create a SSAS cube, we create what? SSAS cube, and we are going to be processing the data. Processing means I wanted to know what is the total. I wanted to know what is the average. I wanted to know what is the sales last 5 years. I wanted to know what is the sales in the last Diwali. I wanted to know what is the sales in last Christmas. I wanted to know what is the sales in last quarter to current quarter. Like that, lot of aggregations of the processing is going to be happening with the help of a SSAS cubes. We'll discuss about that later. Then all the processed data has to come in the report. You create lot of reports with the help of this data. The reporting can be done with the help of SSRS, or you can use Power BI, or I told you the good reporting tool is also called Excel. Excel also can be used. You can create a beautiful reports. These reports are going to given to the end user, not end user, to the business user. So those guys can analyze how the business is happening. Is called as a business intelligence. At the end of the day, the company management wanted to see your reports, so they wanted to take the decisions. Clear? Why the sales is good, why the tail sales is bad, all the things can be happening with the help of these decision makers only. అర్థమవుతుందా? So business intelligence can give you a report. The report will be used by the end user. End user are going to be taking a lot of decisions. Okay, so these are called decision making softwares. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So we are going to be getting the data with the help of SSIS, exporting the data, putting the data into the data warehousing, and processing the data with the help of SSAS cubes, and with the help of SSRS in Power BI and Excel, we are going to be creating a lot of reports and showing the reports to the end users. So working with the reporting is very, very simple. We have OLTP application, we have OLAP application. OLTP ante sources where the initial data is going to be loaded. People would ask you, have you seen OLTP servers? Yes, whatever you're using is OLTP application. Banking, you go, you withdraw cash. A server is going to be storing the fresh data. That server is called as a OLTP server. So we are using completely OLTP. We never use OLAP because you're not a manager who's going to be taking the decisions, right? OLAP or business intelligence applications are only for the CEO, CFO, for the management people only. We are going to be using always OLTP applications. For example, you book a train ticket. What is that? It is OLTP. But last year train tickets, where are they? That is there in the OLAP or data warehousing. Current year bank transactions, where are they? In the OLTP. But last year banking transactions, where are they? They are available in the OLAP. So every company will have OLTP and OLAP. You go to Tirupati, there is a hundi. You put the gift items over there, but after 1 week or after 1 month, the hundi is full. Where is that the data will get collected? The OLTP is called as a hundi, where the fresh gifts are, amount is going to be collected for the God. You go to church, there is a small box where you can deposit your data. So the hundi is OLTP, fresh, the amount is collected. But where is the yesterday's amount and day after before yesterday's amount? When the hundi is full, all the hundis, amounts and gifts are collected into one more bigger box, bigger room. That is what is called OLAP, where they count what is the total amount we have received yesterday, what is the gold we have collected, what is the gifts we have collected, what is this one. So hundi is a OLTP where the end user can connect. అర్థమవుతుందా? OLAP and all the hundis amount is collected into one more box. Can I go to there and see? No, you cannot see. You are connected to OLTP. Authorized people like, the Tirumala Tirupati, the authorized guys, right? The church authorized people are going to go to the all the collections of those boxes, and they'll be counting and they'll be creating a report. This is the collection we got it. This is the collection we got it. What is that they'll do? They deposit the money into banks and blah blah blah. Clear? So OLTP your hundis and OLAP is your back office work. So where you store all the amount in somewhere and you do the counting and everything, right? So that is what is called back office work. Clear? Where the end user is not going to go and see the work. So that will be only seen by authorized people. Those guys are called business guys. Clear? So this is what is called SSIS and SSAS and SSRS. We are going to be starting with Power BI from Monday. This meeting ID will not work. So tomorrow will be the holiday, no demo for you. And if you wanted to make the payment, you should be able to make the payment. And by today, my team is going to be communicating to you and how to make the payment and everything. So if you're happy about the day, trainings and everything, you can make the payment, get the new meeting link. Sunday we don't work. Sunday, if you make the payment, then nobody will be there in the office. Monday also, office starts at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So but you need to attend by 8 o'clock. So make sure that today or tomorrow you make the payment, so you can talk to them, right? So if you have any other clarifications regarding the payment, I cannot help you. You need to ask them only. For any other doubts, if you wanted to communicate with me, you can write bhaskarjug@gmail.com. Give me your phone number. So after 11 o'clock, I can give you a call. I'm calling many times. People are busy or people are not picking up, but I will try to, call you once more. Okay. If you wanted to talk to me, then tell me your numbers. And for the payments and other stuff, you will be able to get email notifications. Make sure info at go online is not there in the spam box. So check your spam, and if it is not available, and contact, all these are WhatsApp numbers. So if you're nobody is helping you, then bhaskarjog@gmail.com. So this meeting ID will not work. From Monday, you will be able to get one more new meeting ID by Saturday evening, or Monday morning. You will be able to receive one more meeting ID, guys. Clear? So this is the end of the demo. And if you have any doubts, you should be able to ask me. So I have conducted 3 demos, part 1, part 2, part 3. If you miss any demo, if you need all the demo classes, means you have to, send your details in this form. This form already I have given it in the chat window, but let me give. If you're attending first time, compulsorily you have to send the details in this, window, in this. So fill up the form so that you will be able to, we will get your address. Clear? After making the payment also, they will be able to ask your, details. So that is what, guys. If you have any questions or any issues, you can just call me. You can ask me now. So thank you, guys. So the demos are completed. So watch part 1, part 2, part 3. Placement wise, you should not be worried. You have to be worried about only learning, learning, learning. SQL Server, Power BI, you need to start, because it will take a minimum 2 months to complete these two. So SQL Server, watch your videos, my videos which are available in Telugu and English. And Power BI online classes, morning 8 o'clock, you need to attend. So once it is over, then third month we'll plan for SSIS. Then after that, CV preparation, project explanation, everything I'm going to be taking care. Don't worry about it. Right? We are available in Hyderabad, Kukatpalli. So if you wanted to come in the month of February, if you for the placements and everything, you can visit. So we will be able to help you. Don't worry about the placements. But only thing is that you have to practice, practice, practice. Even though 2000 passed out, 2005 passed out, doesn't matter. Okay. So that is what is the important. Clear, guys? So I'll be taking regular classes from Monday, guys, and the demos are over. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.